Hi, this is for IT 111. I want to show you a little bit about classes because it's kind of a difficult concept. I know that functions were a concept that was hard for a lot of people to get, and classes take it up another step. So, I'm going to make a class that we have two classes. One will be a course class, which just keeps information about a course, including the grade, and then the other class will be a student class that contains, among other things, a list of courses the student has taken, and it will calculate a GPA. All right, so we'll show a couple of classes and how they work. The code for these is stored in pages as well. I'll show you at the end. So I'm going to do, oops, wrong one there. Let's lower this down. I have idle up. I'm going to start a new file. File, new file. And we're going to call this course class. In the pages, I have extensive introductory comments, but I'm going to just course class stores course information. You can read the comments in the pages. And I'm going to keep this really simple because I want to emphasize the classes, not how complex things can be. So I'm going to do class, that's our keyword. Course, they're usually capitalized. I'm going to do a parentheses and a colon, not a simple, there we go. And I'm going to do, this is called the constructor. It's going to be def underscore underscore init underscore parentheses self, and we're going to take in, all I'm going to take in are the name of the course, the credits, and the grade. Okay. So this is the constructor. What a constructor does is it constructs the class. It sets up the initial condition. Self is a keyword that says that a variable belongs to the class, and it's a class level variable. So I'm going to say self name is equal to name. That means that the internal variable name is equal to whatever gets passed in here. I'm going to do the self credits equals credits, and self grade equals grade. All right. The other thing I'm going to do is I am actually going to add one that is not passed in. I am going to say self.courses equals, oh, actually that's not for this. That would be for the other one, so we're going to leave that out. I'm going to do one more def here. This is also a kind of a built-in function. It's underscore underscore str underscore underscore self. This is the string. If you were to do print course, this is what will return. And I am going to say return self.name plus actually, that's probably good enough. So this is my course thing. One of the things with a class is they can be just a way to store some data in a bundle so that you can pass just one thing instead of having to pass 3, or if we were doing this more realistically, 5 or 10 things. All right, so this is class. I'm going to save it. Save as. I am going to go to my documents, and I think I have Python files, Python programs, and I made one for class example, and I'm going to store it there as course.py. Okay, so I'm going to do another new file. And this one will be for the student class. So I'm going to do class, actually a couple of things. First of all, from course, import course. We're going to import the file we just made because we'll need it here. And then I'm going to do class student colon, and we'll do that def underscore init, and again I'm going to simplify student a lot. All I'm going to pass in is self. You have to pass in self, ID, and name. All right, typically you'd have a lot more information, so I'm going to do self.id equals ID, self.name equals name, and I'm going to add one more thing here. I'm going to add a self.courses, and it's going to be equal to an empty array. So I'm initializing the array here and making it available. So one of the first things I want to do is be able to enter the courses. So I'm going to, we'll call it set. This is a little bit different. I think I called it add, but let's call it set courses. I'm going to do self, and I'm just going to do courses dot append. Oh, we also want a course here. We're going to pass in a course. Okay, so we're going to append a course, and this will allow us to, we can call this method to pass in courses. We might want to see that, so I'm going to do def get courses self, actually just self, and we will return courses. So if somebody wants, and we want to return self courses. So if somebody wants to see the list of courses, they can get them from the class. Now I am going to, again, my names are probably different than in the pages because I did it separately. So I'm going to do calculate GPA, and it will just take in the self. All right, so I'm going to do a couple of variables that are not class level, they're just in the method. I'm going to do the total credits, and we'll set that as a 0.
Are you making a video?
Yes.
Somebody rang the doorbell. I don't know what to do.
Total weight equals 0. And I'm going to do the GPA equals 0. So a GPA is a weighted average. What that means is it will, you multiply the grade times the credits to get the weight. A lesser credit class should not weigh as much as so a 5 credit class should weigh more than a 2 credit class. All right, so one of the things I'm going to do is make sure that there are some courses in there. So if length of the self dot courses is greater than 0. All right, so we're only going to do this if there's something in there. And then I'm going to say for C in course self.courses. So we're going to, for every item in that list, total credits is equal to total credits plus, actually, it's C dot total credit. Total credits is equal to total credits plus C dot credits. And total weight is equal to total weight plus C dot grade times C dot credits. The order of operations says that this will happen before this. If you don't want, you could put parentheses around this if you really want to do that. All right. So this is outside the loop. Is we're going to say GPA is equal to total weight divided by total credits. And that's how you calculate a GPA. Outside the same level as the if, I am going to say, we're going to round the GPA. We're going to say that it is to one place. Okay, and then we're going to return the GPA. And let's get rid of the. So a couple of things. Because of this, if we never go in there because there's nothing in the list, GPA will be 0. Okay. There's one other method here, which is the string method. Def underscore underscore str underscore underscore self, and what we're going to return is a string self.id, because it won't be a string, plus empty space plus self.name. So it'll return their ID and their name if you just do the class. So I'm going to save this. And it'll be student.py. All right, so I'm going to make one more file. And this one is going to be just a main, right? And it's going to make it so we can run this file. And what I'm going to do, actually before we do the main, we need to import from course, import course. Notice the capitalization difference there. From student, import student. All right. So I'm going to declare a student. I'm just going to say student equals, and what I'll do is make it a student. All right, so we're declaring the class, and I'm going to pass it the two values. I'm going to give it a 1, and I'm going to say student 1 as their name. which is silly, but it's what it is. All right, so that's our student. Okay. I'm going to say more equals y. We're just assigning y to more. And then I'm going to do a loop. While more equals y. Okay, so this is, we're going to loop until it tells it, we tell it to stop. We are going to get name equals, actually let's do it in order. I don't know if I did it. ID equals, oh no, we don't need the name. We just need the name. We're dealing with the course. Name equals input, enter the course name. Okay. And then we're going to do the credits equals int input enter the credits. I did double quotes there. And grade equals int, actually not int, float input enter the course grade. Okay, so we have all of those, and then we're going to use our student. So first we're going to use course. I'm going to create a new instance of course. Course equals course, and then we have to, because of this, we have to enter name, credits, grade. Okay. And then we are going to use the student st, and we should have get our set grades. And hopefully that's what I said there. Our set courses. Let me look real quickly, because it does have to be get courses, set courses. Okay. And we'll do course, we'll pass course. Okay, so we'll do this as many times as it takes. And then we will do more equals input continue, yes, no. Okay. And then we're going to print, and we'll print the student, and then we will print turning it to string. We'll do the st dot and we need the exact calculate GPA. Okay, and then we need to call main. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to go to the same place, and I'm just going to call it start.py. Let's see if it works. Oh, I may have some troubleshooting, but let's see. So we've got two classes that we're using here. We're using course and we're using student. And we've initialized the student class. We loop and get all the information for each course, and then we initialize the course thing and we pass the course to the method in student. We continue that input for as many courses as we want, and then we print the output of their GPA and the student name. So let's try running that. So I'm going to do IT111, and the credits will be 5, and the grade we're going to assume you'll all get a 4.0. Ooh. Courses is not defined. Let me look at my... Oh. I'm just looking to see where the error was there. In set courses. You have to be careful of those selves. So I save that. I'm going to kill this just because it'll be clean that way. We'll run again. Run module. Course name IT111. Enter the credits 5 and enter the grade 4.0. And we'll say yes. And we'll enter the course name IT120. Credits again is 5. And this time we'll say it's a 3.5. I'm going to continue at least one more time. Course name IT100. Let's say that it's a 2-credit course and that you didn't do as good there. You got a 2.0. So I'm going to say no. And the number is student, the name is student 1, and the grade is 3.5. That's the average. So those are the classes working together. So this is a student class, right? And it would be much more complicated. There'd be a lot more information than ID and name. Same with the course. There would be a lot more information than this course, than the name and the credits and the grade. But that gives you the gist sort of working with classes, I think. They are really useful. It's hard to get your head around it initially, organizing things like that, but it gives you a lot more flexibility and a lot more power. All right, so I am going to stop the video.